Did you start recording yet?
Oh yeah. This is cool.
Okay, we should probably clap so we can sync it.
Oh yeah. Uno,
Ready?
dos.
1, 2, 3. Wait. 1, 2, 3, clap.
Wait, do we clap on? Oh man.
No, we clap on 3, then clap. 1, 2, 3,
then clap.
Are we like delayed?
Nah, they figure it out in science.
Yeah, exactly. Did I ever send you the last podcast on my
Probably
end?
not. And no.
Well, I can care less
time.
if you put them out on time. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck about
It
that.
really doesn't matter because we'll just get them. Once I get caught up, which hopefully will be in a couple weeks, we'll just fire them all out there. Like I have no artwork this month.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch that TV program, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No.
No. Okay. Well,
It's
there's
just a show I've never watched. Yeah.
it is a real fun show. But there's an episode in there where they're doing board games, and one thing is they have to nail the board game to the counter, and because one guy gets angry, and I'm like, oh my god, that was so you. Remember, like we weren't allowed. Your brother, like, every time, like when we'd play Risk, you're like, I want to play Risk. Your brother's like, no, we're not playing Risk. Come on. It's like, no, because every time you do it, you flip the table. And there's this long argument. I'm not going to flip the table.
And I'll never do that.
Come on, just shut up. Every time, flip the table.
I'd flip the table still.
Every time. It was so funny. But I just remember the long, like, begging and pleading with them. And I'm not going to flip it. And then, sure enough, an hour and a half into it.
Fuck you.
Every time. It was so funny. And then anyway, I was just rewatching that episode. I'm like, oh my god, that's so true.
My brother's the retard that like agreed to play.
Your brother,
You'd think it would be different.
yeah, I have a lot of stories. Well, not a lot. I probably have 3 stories of your brother, but
3.
three. I remember he was very disciplined with you, especially around money, to the point like if you didn't pitch in the 25 cents to rent the 50-cent video game, you couldn't play it. So he'd rent it, but then you weren't allowed to play it, you know. He, that type of stuff. Like he'd let me because I'm a guest. So.
Yeah.
That's awesome. We're all playing Double Dragon, and you're
I
pissed
just go to
off
my
in the
mom's
corner.
change. Yeah. I should have just gone to my mom's change drawer and borrowed it, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's probably empty because
well.
all the other times we stole that for candy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
We never did that.
Yeah, it is funny.
Never.
You guys fought like the hole in your wall. I was there for years.
Yeah, the one at the base of the stairs.
Yeah, at the split.
Stairs.
Yeah.
I threw a big boulder at him.
Yeah.
There was the time I swung the baseball bat at him and he closed my door. And I put a hole in my door.
Oh, yeah.
I covered that with a poster. It only broke the backside of the door, though. Crappy door. It wasn't even solid. It was,
all doors are like that. Like, once you peel a door off to like do some painting. Oh, all of my doors are. They're just that hollow core.
Most doors are that way, yes.
Yeah.
But I prefer solid doors.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can't. So the baseball bat bounces off.
Yeah, it just hits you in the face
when you swing it at your brother. Yeah, hits you in the face. You learn a lesson. Move on with life. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys fought pretty well.
So what's our subject today?
So.
Oh yeah, we were talking about something.
That one, and I guess leading up to that. So now that we got the album out, or it will come out April 14th, because I looked in the calendar, there's like no other albums being released that day, so that's pretty good.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So, no, it's actually,
We'll
I guess we sometimes consider ourselves a metal band. This time I didn't know how to, I always put random labels when I release the albums. But, it is, I guess, you got Metallica's got something, but for me, I'm more excited. Overkill's new album comes out on the same day, so we'll fit
really?
in that groove quite. Yeah, Overkill. I love Overkill. Yeah.
Trying to remember what we labeled the information on the master set. We did label it as something.
Oh, did you? Oh, yeah. When I go there, I go pick your genre, and
labeled
I don't know. I'm like, the thing is, we always called ourselves a noise band. You know, that's just how I like when people ask me still to this day, oh, what do you play? I'm like, we play noise. But when you go and list it, noise is actually a genre of rock, but it's not what we consider noise. It's like 1970s heavy fuzz infused jazz. I'm like, oh. I'm like, and then there's like a genre called screamo. I'm like, well, we're not that either. So I don't know. I think I said pop. I think like K-pop or something.
Pop. K-pop would have been sweet.
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm like, damn it, it's a hot topic. We probably could have got a download off of that. Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now. What we were. Let's see. I have it under butt.
Under
somewhere.
butt. Also, when I set it up, because I guess we haven't done an album in a while, and all these music services have set up band pages and things like that. So I claimed them. So I think we now own our YouTube and our Spotify thing. So we might be able to.
Oh, really?
Put promotions on there or something. I also own.
Cool. Let's see.
I haven't done it before, but.
Oh, Cult.
Cult.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Cult. Yeah, because that seemed to be kind of fitting.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I think, we'd be up there with like, not Meryl, Charles Manson and stuff, but that's cool.
Charles Manson and
he wrote one
I don't
good
know
song.
any other cult leaders, but
Guns N' Roses covered it.
I thought
actually.
cult music.
Yeah.
He helped the Beach Boys write music.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
He was a
It's
huge
very like if you
influence
heard
for a
his
couple of
song,
them.
it's like very Beach Boysy. I actually became quite a Beach Boys fan over the last couple of years, but more sure they're like Pet Sounds and stuff, but they have these later albums and this one called like Don't Go in the Water, and it's like the most anti Beach Boys song or like album ever. It's all about the water's pollution, this and this, like just avoid it. Like it's a dark, even the cover art is like this dark, I think it looks like a kind of blue and black Don Quixote photo. It's really cool. Anyways, there's a song on there called Long Promised Road. Hands down one of my top 5 songs of anyone. And
Really?
it's theirs. It's pretty much just Carl Wilson, but yeah, really, it's just a moody. It's a song I wish I could sing. There's songs like I go, God, I wish I could cover that. And I could do it my way, but I don't want to sound like I'm mocking the song, which unfortunately is what happens when I open my mouth. It's not.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. My mom.
Yeah.
Like, for her like high school prom or whatever, the Beach Boys played her prom. Like in Bakersfield.
Whoa.
Before they were even a thing, they were like playing high school proms and stuff.
Yeah, probably their dad lugging them around and wow.
Yeah, and my mom got to see them.
That's cool. Like if
of course, she said like no one cared. Like everyone just ignored them.
Well, that's the thing. Like if you have some rando band at your high school, you're not gonna remember it either.
Yeah. Exactly, and that rando band ends up being like one of the biggest bands of all time.
Yeah. They were like, the American version of the Beatles. Yeah, no, they did stuff. There's
crazy.
Talent in there, and an overbearing father and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a good movie with John Cusack
talent.
about that. Yeah, where he plays Brian
the Beach
Wilson.
Boys.
Yeah. It's all about the era
Does
of
he
them
get all
recording.
fat?
Kind of a little bit, yeah. And
then
it's
he
basically
like, stays in bed a lot.
yeah.
Fits in with
They
Mark,
basically
with
pick him up at that
Charles
point of his
Manson.
life. So it's
Yeah.
and then it flashes back to when they're kids. So it's going back and forth between the recording of pet sounds and now.
Yeah.
Interesting film. It came out maybe 6-7 years ago. I don't remember things, but I saw 2 movies this week. Totally on topic, but John Wick 4. It is what it is. Fun action movie. But then I saw another movie with my kids, which surprised me. Dungeons and Dragons. That was fantastic. That's one of the better movies I've seen. Yep.
Really?
It I think it trumps any Marvel movie I've seen. Yeah. Because
What?
it's got that I keep comparing it to like the Avengers. And Dungeons and Dragons, like each character is just a bit flawed in all this, but when they came together, they got this shit done. And that's Goonies. Yeah. That's any movie to me that's ever mattered. It's the underdogs. That's why Stranger Things was popular, except for that overpowered girl, which makes no sense. But in Avengers, each one is way too overpowered. So they're basically either rich billionaire dicks, people who come down to Earth and say, "Hey, I'm your god," and then leave, and then like people who blast themselves with radiation. Like, okay, whereas in this movie, like none of them are really that exceptional, but they work together and that. Yeah. So it's funny, the action's good, and it's got the best dragon I've ever seen ever. And I don't think anyone will ever make a better dragon.
Were there dungeons?
Yes.
Okay.
So so if you're looking for just a popcorn flick that's suitable for all ages, I highly recommend it. I was surprised. With my film degree, Dungeons and Dragons is the movie to see.
Dungeons and Dragons. All right, I'll have to check that.
So
out.
there you go. That's my tip of the week. So I did have an agenda. Sorry. So actually, we could probably bring that back into it. Top 5. So what I want to do, because I've released the album and I did all that, is I want to put together
without the other guys.
Yeah. I still haven't heard from them. So when they get back to me, I'll do the Bandcamp split with them.
Yeah.
But until then,
we might as well just release our.
I just put it so it will show up on Apple and Spotify in a week or so, because we are always going to release it there independently. But Bandcamp lets us split it somehow. But we'll just wait till we hear back from them. And so then I'm like, okay, well, we want to do something new, and we should also do like greatest hits. So
we always.
What are your this is
kind of have to do that.
This is hard, but what are your top 5?
Top 5
butt songs
of all time.
Yeah.
Well,
if you had to make that playlist.
If I made a playlist
of 5.
Poo Poo on the Potty. The farts come out of your butt.
Yeah. And that's why I think this is going to be the right place to release that one. Because that's kind of like when you do a greatest hits album and here's something you've never heard of.
Mr. Toad.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going way back. Silicone implanted toenails.
You like the original?
Yeah, the original. From a distance.
It's hard to skip that one. The from a distance. I know you've had different iterations about it and all that. So was there like when you did the other versions
of the original of what?
Well, no, when you had different versions of your band, like you played with other people under the
Buds.
band name.
Yeah.
Like, did you play? I assumed you played classic stuff, or did you
No.
just come up with new stuff? Oh, it's only new stuff.
It was only new.
Oh,
stuff.
right. Yeah. So like,
Trying to think if we had a crossover. No.
no. Oh, that's cool. Because for me, like, I had that band which was just 10 fake bands, and and one of the fake bands was Butt, and it was always From a Distance. That was always. It's such an obvious song to do. It's total verse chorus. It's got the exploding.
I did Mr. Toad with my band Butt Sacks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a hip hop.
Oh nice.
Band.
Yeah, that could work. Because the original
So
was
we
like
did a hip hop. Hey there, Mr. Toad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one was kind of fun.
That is.
Because it was all I did an all digital version of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun.
Oh wait. So let's see. That's your. I'm trying to see. I have one different one than you. I don't know what I'd replace with it though. Because you gave me.
Because I could go on for like 5 more.
I know. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We'll have 5 hits volume 1, 5 hits volume 2, etc., etc., and maybe we'll. Yeah. I just like the idea of 5 hits.
Yeah.
There's one song that I love, and it's like one of our later original run songs, and
okay.
One, because the music is fantastic. It was recorded in one go, like all the good stuff, but the lyrics were cohesive. It actually made sense.
Yeah.
And that's Demon Unleashed. I love that song.
Oh, it's like kind of acoustic.
Yeah. And it's got you kind of barking in the background on it. Yeah. I just love that track. It's got a lot of like bass solos all through it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember doing that.
So yeah, that one because I was listening through pretty much everything as I do. It's funny. I listen to you listen to a lot of like actors and musicians who are like, oh, I never listen to my music or watch my movies. I'm like, oh, really? Because that's all I do. I love my stuff.
I've only ever made music for myself.
Yeah.
Like, and for whoever else is in the band, obviously. But like, I've never done it to release it and have people like really try to buy it and be famous or anything.
I guess
it's
one thing especially with music and musicians, because I remember Ad Rock was saying this. He's like, oh, I don't listen to my albums because they're like, oh, what do you think of this? He's like, I don't listen to it. He's like, because, mate, we would be out there every night for years playing that stuff. So
yeah.
he's like, there's so much other people's music I want to. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Maybe I get that. But once again, we don't do that. We record it for ourselves, and it goes into our catalog.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't play it to like, okay, we're gonna go play this for the next 10 years on the road. But, yeah.
So tier 1 for me would be. Did you write it down?
Yeah.
The list. What was it?
You put poo poo on the potty.
Poo poo.
Farts.
Yeah.
Toad.
Farts.
And then the originals of Silicon and From a Distance.
Okay.
And so far,
and you would add.
I added Demon.
Demon Unleashed.
And what's your favorite? Yeah, no, I think Mr. Toad, probably the second version, is probably the more solid one.
So I really like from our more recent stuff, like I Need Glasses, but I'm too lazy to read.
Yeah. I know, I need to listen to that album.
That album's really good.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that album. It was kind of like more folk music-y.
I like Triggerfinger, just because it's...
Yeah, Triggerfinger's amazing.
Something that I'm still crippled with. Actually, I'm in a lot of pain right now. I've been going to physio.
And then...
Let's see.
I really like... what's it called? Decoration Day. I like to decorate. I like to decorate.
Is this yeah? Put this here, put this there.
Or
Is it that one?
It put this here, put this there. Let's decorate shit.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. That's one of my all-time favorites. As well as New Year's.
The original Goddess of the Sea. Like that riff just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then we turned it into like such an epic song. But
we turned it into an epic, definitely.
But like that came off of 99 Holidays. And most of 99 Holidays, it's hard, just to find a gem in there. But yeah, no, Goddess of the Sea came out of there.
Australia Day is awesome too.
Yeah. Yeah, so if I go all right, let's do 99 Holidays top 5. The top 5 holidays. That's even harder because there's 99 of them. But we'll go, like you said, Decoration Day.
New Year's Day is one of the best ones on there.
Is that the...
You like play it totally wrong.
Yeah, that's like the opening of the album.
You try to play that New Year's song, it's so perfect.
Yeah.
Because you know exactly what it is, but you know.
Well, that's basically the effect of let's say this was artistically intentional, but people usually when they are singing like Auld Lang Syne or whatever the song is, they're so blind drunk. Yeah. It is that sloppy. Yeah. So let's just pretend that guitar is, or the fact that
you were channeling that inner like
it's the end of the night,
wasted and.
Like everyone's just happy to be together.
But you're also making fun of how when people like hear a song, like lyric wise, they'll sing a song for years and years and years, but not realize they have the lyrics wrong. It's kind of a similar thing with you've played that riff forever, and you just that's how you play it. You think it's right.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded close enough to me. I don't know. Decoration Day. All right. Yeah, New Year's. Yeah, that's a good one.
The One Arm Struggle, definitely.
That album starts off so strong.
You can tell I listen to this album a lot. Like,
it
I
really is funny. I need to release that one. We're gonna have all these 5 hits collection. Fantastic, I like it. I don't think we ever did a total of 5 acoustic songs though. I think we did 2, so we can't do like a 5 acoustic hits.
There was Mellow Butt. Is that Demon Unleashed?
Yeah, that's Demon Unleashed. Mellow Butt. And then, of course, the acapella stuff. Which, actually, I have to put that on my list. Because I do love that song.
Top 5 spoken word. We could do all the the doctor ones.
Doctor.
Touch my penis.
I was talking to a buddy of mine on our games night. And
hair on a taco.
Oh yeah.
I've got a hair on my taco.
Dun, dun, dun.
And the song Balls and the Mexican song from that album.
Balls and the Mexican. And that's where the first version of Toad came from too. It's funny because these sessions that feel like a complete throwaway are usually where the hidden gems are, and then when you go and really focus, like you know exactly what I'm talking about, because we've had those things like, okay, we're really going to focus on trying to do something, and nothing happens, and then the ones are like, let's just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. So much stuff just comes.
We usually get some gems,
yeah,
and it's like you almost want to do that and take those and then elaborate on them.
And that's kind of what.
So maybe we
Still Here, I think,
Steve,
is
we
right.
Do like an.
That's what Still Here, I think, is, because it was the stuff from 99 Holidays, the previous session. That's where Toad came from. There's nothing original on Still Here, I think. They're all redos. Sorry, no, lie,
Toad,
no,
right?
yeah.
I mean,
Farty Poo.
Farty Poo.
But like Mr. Bub was previous. That was on the other album.
Yeah.
And Little Red Things, which was
Farmer Joe.
Kind of existed, I love the original Farmer Joe.
Yeah, there once was a farmer named.
And
Joe.
you could hear me going like I couldn't figure out how.
Widow.
Figure out the distortion pedal. Like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, our live album actually isn't bad. I was listening to that the other day.
The live album.
Yeah, Live in Budapest.
Oh, from Budapest.
Yeah. Where we, I think, I don't know, I must have, one of us had a pedal
We
or
had a reverb.
yeah, it was a
pedal or
reverb. We
something.
just basically threw reverb on it. And the funny thing is, some people believe that's a live album. All right. And you know the crowd cheering, that's off your like VHS tape of like Metallica live shit.
Yeah.
It's screaming
Hair
over.
on my
I love
taco.
you."
Yeah.
Yeah, hair on my taco. Oh yeah. Balls.
Definitely, I fell in love.
Oh yeah. And for me, I fell in love. It's the original because I just love the trumpet solo.
Yeah. Ooh,
And that was just to mock your brother. Because he made us listen to that crap in the car. Just like,
Yep.
we record over all his single cassettes.
Yeah, exactly.
I think one time he was looking for one and we had just recorded over it. Oh, shit. Let's see here.
Put the tape over the...
I have 2 lists that have 4 songs. I only have 2 songs on my list. You have 5 on yours. Because what I was thinking is for our personal...
Are you thinking greatest hits like we re-record them, greatest hits? Or greatest hits like we just compile
Don't know.
the old songs and put them together? Because if we redid them, we'd have to do them so different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like...
And like some of them, it'd be hard to revisit. Because we've done From a Distance 412 times.
Yeah. But more stuff like, you know, if you did anything from 99 Holidays, it would be, wouldn't have the same vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it came out cool because it was fun at the time, you know?
It was way overly ambitious.
No, I wouldn't re-record these.
No. Unless he did, like you said, unless he did something else with them. Or like if we go unplugged, you go, okay.
You know what we should do is go and find... It'd be kind of fun if we found other bands to cover our top 5 songs.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
And then release those.
Yeah.
Like real band. Not like super professional bands.
Well,
but
Pantera
like
just got back together.
bands that are actually really good. Like get a country band to do From a Distance, you know?
But then, we'd probably never be able to release it
hip-hop.
because they own all the royalties.
Yeah, that's true.
Sucker people into the studio.
Yeah, Steve wanted me to allow some other artists to do Poo Poo on the Potty because he has like several people that come into his studio he's played that for and they just fall on the floor laughing and think it's the most amazing thing. And one person asked him, "Can I cover this song? Will this guy let me cover this song?" And I haven't given permission for anyone to do it, but like
so
it would be funny to have all kinds of people do like covers of that.
So when I put up the new album and I extended this out to Still Here, I think, that's why I was asking you for that information the other day. I can't remember. Basically, I got the premium pack from the publisher. And what that means is that they'll now cover and they'll chase down all royalties, including covers.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Technically, previously, they probably could have got away with it and we'd get boned. But now I think if they try to go through any of the networks, we'll get our piece of the pie type thing. So basically, I protected and more or less copyright all the music. So which is kind of what anyone should do. Please don't just randomly give us your shit because we will steal it. So now it almost should be possible. I'll have to double check on like
Yeah.
What we have to, like, there's a certain amount of things we have to basically sign to approve them to do it. Just so it's all kosher, right? So we say we allow you to release it and you're going to pay us every time you play it.
Yeah.
That's it. Exactly. It's stock standard. It's so not. Then they go, oh, that's complicated. It's like, yeah, do you want us to
bunch of bands that
steal your shit?
There's a bunch of bands that Steve sees that like would be so game to just
cover
some of our stuff for fun.
Then Mark, you absolutely. I think we totally have to do this, and we have to keep it on the hush. So if Steve listens to our podcast, we have to cut this part out.
Like it's poop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta piss.
Yeah, go for it.
Do you want to entertain?
Yeah.
Do you want to entertain the masses while I go piss?
Yeah. Let's see.
This is where you pause the audio and then like change, from the two of us standing on screen and we're talking, our mouths are moving, and then just have me turn around and then play a pissing sound.
Yeah.
And turn back around. Yeah, I'll be right back.
I only know a couple chords. Mark is going pee. Mark is going pee. You may ask why. It's 'cause I saw him drinking a big bottle of juice, and that makes you go pee. Mark is going pee. Mark is going pee. I pee a lot too, but I went before I started hitting record. I don't think I drank as much as him. I only had half of an Arizona iced tea, and I was pretty dehydrated before we started recording. Mark is going pee. Mark is going pee. I wonder when he'll be done. Maybe he stopped for a little fun and had a poo too. Mark is going pee. Mark is back from going pee. Mark is back. Now he's trying to find his headphones and put them back on. The end.
Woo!
Play.
How'd you get that to come?
Play some an intermission song while you're.
Nice. So you see, I bought this big old thing of juice, and I've drank that much since I've been here.
Well, if you were listening to the song, I mentioned that. Okay. I said that's probably why you went pee, whereas I only had half an Arizona iced tea, which is a rare treat in my country. I needed
to hydrate.
But I just woke up from a big nap because I've been fishing, so I'm like totally dehydrated. So even this half won't do much. I won't have to pee for a while. And also, I was sensible and did go pee before we started, and it was brown.
Yeah. I peed before, too. I just drank a lot.
Yeah, you've been, yeah. But I kind of wish I had more to drink.
So back to our, so we're definitely doing that.
Yeah.
I put that on my list of make Steve